So, I couldn't resist making another video with some more footage from Wide Awake debunking the globe illusion. In the last video, I shared footage of Cutter Rock from a distance of 11.22 miles with a camera height of 5 feet. Applying both the target hidden height and the distance to the horizon test, that footage was absolutely impossible on a globe. For this footage, Wide Awake's Nikon P1000 camera was at the same coordinates shown here. However, the camera was lowered to just 30 inches or 2.5 feet off of the water. Here is his cell phone footage showing the low position of the camera and the fact that he's filming Cutter Rock, but we'll get to that in a minute. We're also going to be analyzing two other closer racks. All of these racks are 16 feet high. I pulled all of the coordinates from the same government brochure shown in the last video, and the coordinates are all identified here. Of the three, the closest rack was the Bayport Channel entrance light. It was the last of the three racks he filmed the other night, but we're going to examine it first. The Bayport Channel entrance light was only 3.48 miles away from the camera, but as you'll see, it still belies the globe. The second is the Bayport North rack. The Bayport North rack was 7.52 miles away from the camera. Of course, the furthest visible rack was Cutter Rock. It was at a distance of 11.22 miles. Let's begin with the footage of the Bayport Channel entrance light. The footage looks different because Wide Awake adjusted the brightness, saturation, and contrast on the camera to make it more visible in the low light. The Bayport Channel entrance light was 3.48 miles away from the camera. According to the globe math, at least 1.6 feet should have been hidden behind the alleged Earth's curvature. That's not huge, but notice where the horizon is. The rack was 3.48 miles away, but the globe horizon was supposed to be under 1.9 miles. The horizon is obviously much further than the rack, proving that none of the rack is being hidden behind a curvature. The curvature is missing. The globe model fails already, but it gets much worse. Next, this is footage of the Bayport North rack. At a distance of 7.52 miles and a camera height of 2.5 feet, 21 feet should be hidden behind the purported curvature. That means the entire 16-foot rack should be hidden behind a curvature bulge with 5 feet to spare. Can you guess how much is being hidden behind a curvature bulge? Absolutely nothing is being obstructed because the horizon extends many miles beyond the rack. This is a big globe killer, but let's get to the Cutter Rock coup de grace. But let's listen to Wide Awake here as he pans to Cutter Rock.
So I know it's out there, so I start scooting back to the left. And Cutter's Rock is out there between the North Rack and the Bayport Rack. From my perspective position, I'm standing out in front of Pine Island. I'm down below the seawall. I'm down below the observation deck. And, you know, you even see these boats going by. That there's no way that you can say that refraction is capable of pulling up 10 miles of the horizon. It's just absolutely impossible. And this is where I think if they had the technology that we have today with these zoom cameras, science wouldn't have came up with this bullshit refraction business that they give us and feed us and tell us that this is why you're able to see around the corner or around curves. It's not possible, especially in real life. Sure, you can do tricks, parlor tricks, and show people a curve, but in reality, you cannot.
There it is, Cutter Rock, 11.22 miles away and at a low camera height of 2.5 feet. According to the globe math, 57 feet should be hidden behind the Earth's alleged curvature. That would be enough curvature to hide this quite revealing 57-foot statue of Bahubali. But I hope you can see the big problem here, as the horizon is beyond Cutter Rock, and so none of Cutter Rock is hidden behind a curvature. Remember, the globe states that the horizon must be closer than 1.9 miles, and it's further than 11.22 miles. Now, compare all three of the racks. I arranged the frames of the racks to line up at the actual horizon so that you can see how the bases and sizes of the racks rise up perspectively. Do you think that some magical refraction removed all signs of the curvature hump in front of and between the racks? Then refraction sent the horizon 10 miles further than it's supposed to be, and still managed to leave the bird racks intact and unaffected by the disappearing and reappearing bulges of water? In case you're interested, Wide Awake also filmed the Billy Still South rack at a distance of 8.3 miles. 27 feet should have been hidden by the globe, if there was one, and the horizon is beyond Billy Still. Wide Awake also filmed the Hernando Beach turn light at a distance of 6 miles. 11 feet of that one should have been hidden. Of course, none of it is hidden. That should do it for today. Also, I'll be posting a Globebusters Pro interview on the Globebusters channel within a couple of days, and you won't want to miss that. It's a good one, in my opinion. Sorry, our Globe faithful, but your curvature and space fantasies do not exist. I know it's hard, and sci-fi movies just suck now, but welcome to the flat Earth.
Uh-oh, spaghetti-o!